Hello, my name is Audrey Wikan, and this is my conservative story. I've been asked this question many times. I'm sure most of you have been too. Why are you a conservative? Each time I've responded to such a question, I was able to say something just a little bit different. As I've grown to establish my purpose and my place within this community, I realize that every move I make has an impact on those around me. The words I say has an influence on others, and the attainment of knowledge is never ending. Today I'm going to cover 3 topics in my short time in front of you all. Who I am, what has empowered me to step out in boldness about my conservative principles, and give you a piece of encouragement to do the same. Well, hello everyone. My name is Audrey Wikan, and I'm from a small town in Central Florida called Eustis. Its motto is America's Hometown. Quite fitting motto for the hometown of a girl who was raised to love America and what this country was founded on. I was raised a Christian and I was raised a conservative. I prayed at family gatherings, reached for my Bible-based books before bedtime, enrolled in the local private Christian preschool, and then came home to Fox News playing on the television almost every single day. It all became second nature to me, similar to brushing my teeth in the morning and making a protein shake as I'm rushing out the door. I simply grew up with everything I could have ever wanted and incredible role models to look up to. But there was always a part of me which was yearning for more. It took me years to truly understand that the government exists to serve both you and I, and in that moment, everything changed. I began to really care about our country and realize that it's each one of our responsibilities to guide where this nation is headed. For us to receive the benefits of what this freedom and community have to offer, we must maintain and uphold our place within society. I realize that I must work for what I want. I must work for prosperity. I must work in order to make the place which makes me better, and I'm willing to do so. To reflect my drive and willingness to work for what I plan to achieve, I've taken on many leadership roles I'm in, within organizations I'm in and events I take part of. A select few people in college and in high school can boldly stand up and say that they have made a difference within their school and community and have witnessed the benefits that have come about after it. I've been empowered to speak up by watching members of the so-called silent majority finally speak up on the news, on social media platforms, and within the legislature, all of which allowed me to be a witness of people, including myself, come to self-realization. I had a burning desire to give back to my peers and help lead them to self-realization as well. And that's exactly what I chose to do and work for every single day. Now let's backtrack. In 2015, my sophomore year of high school, I decided to start the Eustis High School Teenage Republicans, the first teenage Republicans in my entire county. I look back and realize now that my parents have instilled in me 3 glorious things: the drive needed to excel, the passion to pour into others, and to use my God-given talents to influence others for good. Because of my drive, my passion, and my God-given talents, I was able to have my first real platform of teenage Republicans to share my conservative values at the age of 15. In other words, I began my brand. The freedom to be able to not only start a conservative club, but to freely express my opinions is one of the greatest blessings about growing up here in America. Being able to lead others to self-realization on campus allowed me to reflect on my journey as a young conservative myself. I was challenged and I was questioned every single day about why I was a conservative and what a conservative even means. As I've continued to be openly conservative, I've faced many instances of liberal bias on my college campus. I've been silenced by my professor, stripped of opportunities on campus, and have received backlash on my social media because of my conservative principles. Being silenced because my opinion does not align with the majority. Quite common for young conservatives nowadays. In order to combat being discouraged by being silenced by others, I encourage you to find role models to look up to, conservative organizations to get involved in, and a community of friends that empower you. For me, Claire Booth Luce Center for Conservative Women happens to encompass all three of those categories. I cannot thank the Lord enough for giving me the boldness to share my conservative principles, which has now led me to a full summer at the CBL Center for Conservative Women in Washington, D.C. I'm surrounded by the wisest women I've ever met, who will serve as role models for my entire life. I'm being further equipped by a community of truth and dignity every single day. And I'm building friendships that encourage me to seek out biblical truths and perspectives that are necessary to face the enemy and to face a college town back home. As I'm wrapping up, I'm going to leave you with one analogy. Now, my way of thinking tends to be very symbolic, so stay with me here. The other night, I was walking around my house thinking about what stepping out in boldness about my conservative principles has done for the community of people around me and for myself. My eyes were just drawn to the lamp in the corner of my room. I walked over to the lamp and took off the shade that was containing a majority of the light the bulb was projecting. What is your shade tonight? What is holding you back from reaching your goals, shining your brightest, stepping out in boldness about your conservative principles? Think about the impact you could make if you just took off the shades of any doubts or insecurities you might have. You'll realize that every move you make has an impact on those around you. The words you say have an influence on others, and the attainment of knowledge is never ending. You'd be surprised, and you'd greatly impact the future of this nation. Thank you.